All right, welcome to the video today. So in this video, it's gonna be another one of the raw, unedited of just me talk directly to camera. And yes, I know you probably look at me like, fuck, I'm looking yoked. So what I wanna go over today is the secret that made me multiple six figures. And this one secret was, and you won't be surprised, the secret comes down to a lot of successful people and a lot of successful entrepreneurs, business owners, they all say the same trait, is they believed in themselves before anyone else did. And without going too wooey, without going, too into like the weeds around, all the manifestation, is like, you have to have the ability to, in a sense, see the future. And what I mean by that is you have to have goals big enough that make you, holy fuck, that's a big goal. Holy shit, like that, it should make you uncomfortable. Because if your goals are like, oh yeah, I want to leave my job and have financial freedom. It's like, yeah, I get like it might be a big goal to someone. It's like, but you got to think in the grand scheme of things, like that's not a huge goal. That's like a micro goal. Like you want to have goals like, I want to make $1 million a month, or I want to exit, 10 mil, I want to exit 100 mil. I know these are financial goals. Like I want to retire my parents. Like these are goals that actually hold a very substantial weight to them. But to get these goals, you have to actually be in the point where you have to be delusional that you can achieve it. Because how many people do you know in your life right now that have retired their parents? It's like, how many people in your life do you know that have actually achieved to be able to retire their parents or achieved a life that they actually want? And the reason why I say this is because, I'm not going to sit here and give you a percentage. I can sit here and tell you some random percentage, but it's like very, very few people achieve what they want. And it comes down to quite a few things. The main thing is what I can attest part of my success to, and the reason why I say like quotation success is because I'm not necessarily successful. I've made a couple of plays that have set me up that I get to live an abnormal life like most people don't. And to some people, my life is desirable. To me, my life, I'm like, cool, I worked for it, but I want so much more, obviously. But it's like, for me to actually achieve this, for example, I had to be delusional about myself. I had to be so delusional that this guy's crazy. This guy's fucking crazy. And if people don't call you crazy, then your dreams aren't big enough. And that was one of the things that stood out to me. And it's like, even back then, I look at when I first started music, I said to myself, I'm gonna be a superstar. And I programmed my mind to become a superstar. The pathway for entertainment for me, which will take me to being a superstar, is going to be the pathway of entertainment, which for me is going to be acting. Like I love movies. I've always loved watching movies as a kid. And now I'm like, okay, why not act in movies and get in TV shows? So I look at, for example, like you look at Law and Order. Marissa Hargrave, she's obviously the main character. She's making $1 million an episode. Think about that for a second. Like Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men at his prime, he was making like $2 million US an episode. And it's like, okay, so you got the money aspect, you got the fame aspect, but think about the fulfillment. And the reason why the fulfillment is I know leading up to Survivor, like nothing else I was focused on was just going to the gym, eating healthy, eating clean, just all in on Survivor. That's the only thing I was thinking about. It's like, for me, that was peak fulfillment. So much fulfillment. Even creating music, so much fulfillment. Like that is the pathway in the life that I want. And it's like, the delusion is what got me there. The delusion of when I saw the ad, let me move this over here. The delusion of when the ad came out on Survivor, that I said to my mom, I said, I'm gonna be on Survivor. And there was zero doubt in my mind. I didn't go, oh, maybe I might not get on because this. It's like, fuck that. I'm like, I'm gonna be on this TV show and I'm gonna do everything in my power to get on. So that's where like the manifestation thing actually comes in. So it's like you have a level of delusion of I'm going to achieve certain outcome. Now, to achieve the outcome, you need to believe that you can have it, first of all, because you need to program your subconscious mind that you have it already. But to actually get it, you need to do the necessary actions to have it. So if you know what I mean. So it's like you need to have delusion in your mind that you can achieve that, cool, but you need to do the work to achieve it. Because if you can sit there and go, I'm gonna be a billionaire, but I'm not doing anything about it, then how the fuck are you gonna be a billionaire? It doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna star on a TV show, but I'm not doing anything to be the TV show. I'm not watching the TV show. I'm not learning about the TV show. I'm not actively making sure that my submission video is better. Then you're not gonna get it. It's very simple. It's like you need to have a level of delusion in your life that, for example, like most guys, you know, I've got some young guys watching this now, like their goal would be work online, you know, build an online stream of income, you know, retire their parents and, you know, be able to travel the world. Like it's a pretty common goal for most guys, like, you know, coming out of the, you know, late teens, coming into like early 20s, pretty common goal. And it's like, you need to be delusional enough to have that. Most importantly, you need to do the work to get there. Because what's required to actually get there is more than you think. And I didn't realize as well, like there was times when I was like, this is like when I first started music and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make millions and millions of dollars of music off the royalties, off the streams. And then I was like, oh yeah, like 10 mil's nothing, for example. Like that, like this is like, maybe like 2019, 2020, 21, I was like, 10 mil's nothing. And then when I'm like, you actually understand money, and you understand the concepts of money and like how to actually get money. You're like, oh, yeah, to get 10 mil is actually a lot. Of course it fucking is. But like, I was like, in this mindset, like 10 mil is nothing. It's like, to actually get 10 mil, you could do a lot of shit. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, you can, you know, get really lucky on a, you know, a crypto pump and do some crypto coins. Obviously you can invest, but it's still gonna require an amount of work of, you know, let's just use it, let's just say like one of the easier pathways to get there may be through like investing. Let's just say like you invest into a crypto coin, for example, or you invest into a stock. But for you to actually invest into those coins or those stocks, you are still gonna have to do some form of education to know what coin can take you from, let's just say maybe invest 100K to at least take you to 1,000X. So it's like, you have to have at least a certain amount of knowledge around a topic which would have required you to do work, right? So like all of these things I look back now, but I can sit here and I can just waffle on, just so we can get straight down to the point, is for you, the main thing that I would focus on is creating a set of goals. And these set of goals need to be delusional on a point that they're fucking huge. Like I'll share one of my goals with you is I'll be building an e-com brand that I'll exit for 10 mil plus. It's cool. It's like, since I got into e-com, like when I originally started, I started Simply Fit. I'm not sure if many people remember that, but it was like a knee sleeve brand. Obviously, you know, didn't succeed, didn't really have the education, didn't put the time aside, like so many different variables. Like I take full accountability of why I did not achieve success with it. It was my fault. But it's like, if we look back now, when I first started, I was like, fuck yeah. Like, and then when I start learning more about e-com, like, I want to exit from an e-com business. So okay, what do I need to do to exit? Well, first of all, I've got to build an e-com business that is worth exiting, that someone is actually going to go, this business is worth me investing 10 million into. Makes sense. So I've got to build the value. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Speak to you soon.